Joey Crack is whatever it is. Like, you know, you don't need to change him unless it really does mean Joey Crack because the girls used to make fun of me because I bend over. That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
but,
it's funny.
I laugh when I read it.
So if it's true, cool. You know, like.
But Coke Boys, I was like,
you can't get around that.
Used to have.
We really like Coca-Cola.
Used to have Coke on the mixtapes.
Yeah.
It's like
let's talk Joey Crack.
Yes, sir.
Crack corn, I don't care.
So apparently, Joey Crack has been out here either capping, is what I'm hearing, or something might be coming down the pipeline. So he's trying to get himself squared away via interviews. Now, this doesn't make it, you know how the conspiracy theories are. There'll be a number cipher tomorrow and something else. But in the interview, he says, I've been rapping professionally for 30 years. I've lied in almost 95% of my songs. I'm being honest. I write like I feel that day. I'm just being creative. You couldn't build a jail high enough for the lyrics I've said on songs, which are all untrue. So when Fat Joe, who we're old enough to know his entire career, we've seen the early pun days, holding the umbrella days, the first couple projects, Lean Back. We've seen the evolution of Fat Joe. Mm-hmm. How do you all take this with Fat Joe coming out to say this now? Because there are a ton, I'm not going to say people, you know, the perception when people say rappers are lying or it's cap or everything is entertainment and, you know, it's just to sell records. This, I don't know how this hits, man, because Joe is a very respected dude in hip hop. And I feel like there's something else behind this. Am I tripping?
I think I'll just jump in real quick. I think that it's probably, and I could be wrong, but with all the cases going on right now about, rap music and using lyrics and stuff like that, I think that maybe he's just trying to stand up and make a statement, regardless if there's anything coming down the line for him or not. I think he's just trying to preemptively say, well, I've done this too, so you're going to come after me? You know what I mean? So
bingo.
That would be my guess of this. I think it's just him trying to say that. But, you know.
There's been a lot of that. Like, what's his name? Prince Montana said that Coke Boys stood for something else.
Yeah, I saw that.
What did he say?
It was something stupid.
Celebrating others.
Celebrating others.
Entrepreneurs.
Celebrating other.
Fat Joe said that his name was Joey Crack because his butt crack was show, and that's what the girls would call say.
Yeah.
I mean, I could believe that.
I don't know.
No, you know what? Because he wouldn't embrace that.
It has a lot to do with the Diddy butterfly effect is what's going on right now.
Why? I like that one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Except
a lot of people are trying to distance themselves from the past.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
How does it make you feel, Jay? When you
how does it make you feel?
Tell me how you feel.
When I hear a rapper say, "Hey, I'm lying most of the time," I'm like, "Yeah, we know that. That's how I feel."
Okay,
you know.
So you saying he was capping? He's been capping the whole time, right?
You know, yeah.
Sure about that?
Yes. You know, you make it seem like you're some mafia leader. No, Fat Joe, you make songs and make girls dance. All right, you are not that guy. Not that crime boss that is portrayed in your music. I never believed that.
You never believed
the
Fat Joe.
You thought he was a Don
I ain't say that. I
thought he was an extra on Sopranos or something.
No, I never believed that. I think
I'm just saying the dude that's holding the umbrella is different from the dude that does Lean Back.
No, first of all,
that's all I'm saying.
I love the song "We Gonna Make It," but when he says, my bathtub lift up and I got to say,
walls do a 360.
No, they don't.
Absolutely not.
They don't.
My stuff comes in. I gotta use the scale that they weigh the whales with.
No,
that's a dope bar though.
It is, but you can't talk about that.
Because if you were getting it like that, you would not talk about it.
You're not going to talk about it.
You are entertainers.
They got the stuff the government's got.
Yeah, you go into a booth backed by a major corporation to make songs that can make people dance and words that rhyme. Let's not make it seem like this is the thing I hate about hip hop, where people feel like some sort of life of crime. This is the disservice people like, I'll just say it, people like Fat Joe have done to people who are not as bright out here. They feel like you have to be into a life of crime. That's your prerequisite. Just like you got to take certain classes to get into certain classes when you're in college. Your prerequisite to get into hip hop and be seen as credible is you have to live a life of crime. And there are people who aren't that bright who feel like that's a real thing.
I can't argue with that.
I skipped some prerequisites.
Some people did live a life of crime, but a lot of them did not.
I would say 98%. I think 95. You're selling yourself short.
I like the butterfly effect comment.
Yeah.
I like that
but
one.
also,
Terry, I think Terry.
Maybe there's something to that, maybe.
I think I like the butterfly effect.
It's just funny how all of this is just coming out all of a sudden.
I mean, I don't think it's even relevant, though, because
That's what I'm saying. It's not relevant.
So-
Like, why else would you be talking about it right now, though?
Isn't that
Like,
random?
even
That's
French,
super
French
random,
Montana
right?
is directly connected to Puffy.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? He's
No, that's
directly
right.
connected.
He's
to
on Bad
Bad Boy South or
Exactly.
something?
He's directly connected with him. A week or so ago, during this Young Thug trial, when they're saying what Young Thug stands for.
Oh, I didn't buy that one. I didn't buy that.
YSL stands for.
But I think that's what this is in relevance to.
Yeah,
That's what I
but
think this
it's
is in
I think
relevance to.
I think there's a lot of correlation in it
I
somewhere.
think it's also a lot of rappers getting older, and they realized it's time for a rebrand. And if I'm going to be in certain spaces and have corporate opportunities, I have to move a little bit different. You know, if I'm going to give Bill Clinton some Air Force Ones and hang out with Kamala Harris, and I want to reap the rewards of what that means, then I have to distance myself from some of the foolishness that I thought was part of my brand as a youth, or just not even as a youth. Might have been 10 years ago.
I like it that these cats have made it with these names, but what made them come up with these names to run with? Like, I think Yo Gotti's probably next. He's about to come up with a different name for CMG.
Sweet. Yeah, it's gonna
Church music, good. Church music, great. It's probably be something like that.
Think so?
Yeah,
I mean, at Pushing P, I posted this. I didn't even realize it until Terry mentioned it. Forgot about it. Pushing P, the lawyer says pushing positivity.
exactly. Yeah, like I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
And he said, "Thug, the thug and young thug means truly humbled under God."
And the thing is, I've heard that there was
truly humbled under God while moving these packs.
Yeah, there was, because I
Push
remember
and
there was a rapper named Kid Money or something. Like, I remember that whole, truly humble under God. That's an old acronym I saw in like the source maybe 25, 30 years ago. So it's like, I understand you want to get out of jail. Whatever you do to get out of jail, and all these lawyers that you're paying, tell them to say whatever they got to say.
His lawyer is the GOAT for pulling that one out the sky. I don't know if it's gonna land, but he's the GOAT for even trying to put that one together.
Yeah,
Pushing positivity.
Good luck.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying just like sometimes I remember like LL Cool J's original name was like something like it had the name Ski in it. It was like Ski Love or J Ski or whatever it is. It didn't stick because someone pulled him to the side and said, "Hey," because a lot of times people threw that ski in there or coke.
It was
something.
a drug reference.
Yeah, it was drug references because this is when people thought that cocaine was fly, so you had to have some money to do with cocaine. So Joe Ski Love or Cool Rock Ski,
Oh, that's where the ski comes from.
That's what anytime
ski on deck, man.
Yeah.
Ski.
No, let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
Let's not do that. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, a lot of times people didn't think they were going to be in this. Do you think Fat Joe really thought he was still going to be rapping 30 years later?
That's actually a good question.
So like Fat
Joe actually became
he didn't think he was going to have to do a rebrand.
He became a what kind of speaker is that where you go motivational speaker at one point in time? Y'all remember that era? Like them Tony
TED
Robbins
Talks and all that.
things.
Yeah, he was.
Like touring.
Y'all don't remember that? He toured as a speaker.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Like, and don't get me wrong, I met Fat Joe one time. He was really cool to everybody.
He slapped you?
No, he didn't slap me.
I didn't know if he was to Don.
He was in
Why
my
would he have
city.
slapped
He wasn't gonna be slapping.
I didn't know which character. I didn't know which version you meant.
No.
Yeah, I know Jay
Smacker.
I ain't gonna disrespect Jay Moore. Jay Moore don't get slapped.
If you just smacked me, it'd have been a problem.
Yeah, I know it.
We were not in the Bronx.
It was some. I think some of it was probably legit because him and 50 was beefing for a while.
When I read it, I tried not to laugh, but I just was.
And I get it.
This has to be getting ahead of.
I thought or maybe it's just like.
That's what came to my mind, Lone.
I thought it was just a joke.
I thought it was. I'm just gonna cover my ass. Is what I thought. I literally thought, let's go ahead and get it out there and get ahead of it, just like you said, just in case.
I don't think it mattered. No, but my thing was literally just try to build some precedence around it for the other cases and stuff like that, because it is kind of nonsense, that you can use rap lyrics in general for stuff like this.
Oh, the fact that they can use it in court.
Yeah, without a ton of context.
Yeah, but I look, man. I get it, Fat Joe. I'm not even mad at you for this because you got more time, behind you than you got in front of you, and you want to live your life in a certain
carefree
situation to where you don't want to be. Look, you are in a situation where you understand, hey, my money comes from corporate America.
Yeah.
Okay. And anything that keeps me from getting that corporate money, I need to distance myself from. And the thing is, because a lot of rappers, like, they don't see, if you're 25 and you're getting it, you don't, and unfortunately, just because of how the streets have become so much a part of hip hop, people don't see themselves being 50 years old and having to, like when people say, oh yeah, well, I'm getting money right now and I'm living, I need you understand, you got maybe 4 years. Everybody's not going to, nobody's even going to be Fat Joe, nobody thinks so far into the future that they think a lot of them don't even know they're not going to be able to do this forever. And so they're like, I'm just going to be who I am right now, and people are going to have to deal with it. I'm going to get as much money as possible. And then if you're smart, you understand that once the industry's done with you, hopefully I've saved up enough money to where I can still live, but once you've made it past a certain point, someone like Fat Joe, unfortunately, somebody like Diddy probably should have thought about this a little bit more. 50 Cent, like these people see themselves as actual ambassadors of the culture,
right?
And corporate citizens. And so 50 is nowhere as reckless and wild as he was when he first came out. You know why? Because he's got 4 and 5 television shows.
He's still wild and reckless.
He's wild,
not like he was, though.
But like he knows who to talk.
I think he knows
who to talk crazy to and who not to.
I honestly think that 50 is.
You think he's the same as he was?
He's the same.
The Get Rich or Die Trying 50.
I mean, he was rapping about what had already happened. He wasn't out here stabbing and shooting and getting in fights with people.
No.
He was definitely still trolling. The first time I seen 50 Cent was here at Club Mecca when he was performing, when Get Rich or Die Trying first came out, and it was pretty much just gaining steam. So he was doing a club tour.
That's crazy.
They start fighting. He stopped the music. He was like, nah, let him fight. So he still was trolling. Let him fight. He's like, I love that. He's laughing at it. They get them up out of here. He starts the show again. You know what I'm saying? So
he must have had the best security that night.
I was about to say, yeah.
Man, 50 has been the troll of the century ever since he came out, and I think he's been about the same. I don't think he's swayed or let down at all, honestly.
But he knows exactly where to troll, when to troll, and how to troll, to where he does not mess up his corporate.
He's a master troll, just like with this whole Diddy situation.
He on his head.
He on it. Hey, you need to go ahead and sell it to me. He's calling out who's sponsoring him. This is the type of stuff that 50's doing, because he knows if people know that these are the sponsors, they gonna lose money, so they gonna end up bagging out, which is gonna drop the price. 50 Cent is out here playing chess with folks, man.
But none of this has anything to do with changing your name from Joey Crack or the Coke Boys or anything like that. Like 50,
nah,
it's a completely different. It's a different conversation.
Once again, it's about having a rebrand and understanding that, the things that you thought were cool and what you could sell in the 90s isn't particularly what you can sell in 2000, going into 2024, if you are somebody that's 50 years old and you're trying to make your way in these corporate boardrooms and you want to get that long.
I think
money.
I
think it's about money. Capitalism. It's about capitalism.
I don't think capitalism cares what their name is as long as it's making money.
I don't think what he's done in the past has any relevance on what's going on right now.
Because it was all fake anyway.
Because I mean, look at these artists that we're talking about. Fat Joe, he's backtracking on things of that nature. I don't think it has anything to do with going forward as far as being able to get more people to put money behind him. I don't think he really needs that.
I don't think it, like Joey Crack isn't even his name. It's Fat Joe.
I mean, but he goes by Joey Crack.
Yeah, but he's known as Fat Joe. That's his corporate name. It's not Joey Crack.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be first. That's definitely first.
That's a nickname to his stage name.
Yeah, you know,
Exactly.
and
It's an alias.
And Killer Mike didn't change his name.
Nah.
He didn't.
You know what I mean?
He tried. They were going to try to switch it
He
up,
tried by Mike Render like 10 years ago.
or like Mike
or
Bigga. I
Mike
remember
Bigga, but that was like 10, 15 years ago.
it was
you
like,
know what I
no,
mean?
man, just.
But
stick-
ever since he's been making his newer, he stood on it. He was like, no, I'm Killer Mike because I kill microphones. That's
And
what it
we
means,
saw
period.
the evolution of Killer Mike as Killer Mike. Like he said, it stayed that way the whole time.
Yeah, I would rather Joe and all these dudes just call it Joey Crack because whatever it is, like you know, you don't need to change it unless it really does mean Joey Crack because the girls used to make fun of me because I bend over. That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
but,
it's funny.
I laughed when I read
so
it.
if it's true, cool. You know, like
but Coke Boys. I was like,
you can't get around that.
used to have.
we really like
Used to
Coca-Cola.
have Coke on the mixtapes.
Yeah.
It's like nah.
Go back and look at some of them covers and some of the artwork and stuff on
Your
there.
guy's in jail right now
Yeah, it's
over that type of
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah, only insult my intelligence, man, with some of these. Look, come on now.